Hey, what's up guys? This is Sam, also known as Dazed Spirit from Machinima Nightmare, and it's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Well, anyways, today I'm gonna be talking about how my bike got stolen 2 times. It got stolen 2 times in the same week. That's happened last year because now I do not have a bike because I just gave up. Okay, I'll tell you about the first time. The first time, my friend was like, "Yo, Sam, come party." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'll come party." So I biked into town. And I'm biking. I get to my friend's house. I put my bike down underneath his porch. Now, what I didn't know is that he was having like a massive house party. There was like, I don't know, 75 people in his house. And they weren't only in his house. They were like all over the backyard, inside the house. There was a fire in the backyard. There was music. There was really good time. People were like partying and we were laughing. Broke up a couple fights. Typical Fort St. John house party. Well, anyways, I got fairly drunk. And I woke up in the basement, on my buddy's floor, in the basement, a blanket over me, and my shoes next to my head. Don't ask me how my shoes got there, I just know my shoes were next to my head. I woke up, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Put on my shoes, walk outside, look under the porch for my bike. It's not there. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it went to, but I left my bike there, and it is not there anymore. I have no idea what happened to it. I was really confused. I thought maybe I just, like, got drunk, and while I was drunk, I may have, like, biked somewhere and decided to ditch it somewhere else. So I spent half an hour looking for it all around his house, like under the back porch, under the front porch, in the backyard, in a bush that was next to his house. Couldn't find it. And then out of nowhere, my one friend John comes running up to me. He's like, Sam, this one guy, I'm not gonna name his name, but this one guy, he stole your bike. We were running after him. We don't know what happened. We ran after him. We tried to get it. We couldn't catch him. I'm like, what? Really? Then I like ran with them. Apparently, my buddy, he lives right beside 2 parks. There's one called Matthews Park and one called Peace Hill. He rode my bike up Peace Hill and into the Peace Hill Park. And there's like people chasing him. We were trying to catch him, but I couldn't find it until then. He got away. And then the next day, my friend calls up. He's like, dude, we got your bike. I'm like, really? And it's like, yeah, come to town. So I got a ride in town with my dad. We were going over to my buddy's house. I've known this guy for like 12 years. I seen him biking with my bike down the road towards his house. And we're like, Tyler! I'm yelling at him through the window. I forgot to roll down the window. Then I rolled down the window, yelled at him, and he's like, hey, I got your bike. We stop. I jump out. My dad drives off. I'm sitting there on the side of the road talking to Tyler. I'm like, dude, how'd you find my bike? He's all like, well, you wouldn't believe it actually happened. He gave the bike back to us. I know, right? He gave the bike back to us. He came back later that day with the bike. He's like, dude, sorry, man. I got really drunk and I stole this bike from your house. Sorry about that. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I seen him later that day. I'm like, dude, you stole my bike. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm really sorry about that, but I gave it back. I'm like, yeah, that's okay, buddy, as long as you gave it back. I know, you're drunk, shit happens, but don't steal it again. But that was the first time my bike got stolen. The second time, in the same week, my bike got stolen is when I was hanging out with my one friend. He's actually part of the channel. The other guy's part of this channel too, that I know him for 12 years. His gamer tag is RipShotBlue. You may know him. Seen him in a couple of videos. I was hanging out at my other friend's house. He's in the channel too. His gamer tag is ImmortalXGamerX. I was hanging out at his house, biked over to his house. We're just like hanging out in his living room, talking, drinking some coffee. I put my bike in his front yard. Mind you, he lives in the ghetto. Actually, what we call it around here, it's called the Little Bronx, but yeah, it's the ghetto of this city. But I left my bike on the front lawn for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. I open up the door, look back outside, my bike isn't there. But the thing is, it's Canada, and even though it was summer, it was really cold. So you know when it gets cold, the grass gets kind of really rigid? We could see the footprints on the grass of the guy, whoever it was, guy or girl, whoever stole my bike, his footprints walking towards where my bike was laying down. Then we seen tire tracks going through his yard, underneath a tree and onto the street. And I seen that because, you know, I watch Man Tracker. No big deal or anything. But anyways, we seen that. Then I'm like, oh, fuck. So I started like running in the direction of the tracks. And then it went on the road. I had no idea what happened to it. I was texting people. I'm like, yo, my bike got stolen. Can you guys help me find it? And I'm like, that was the second time in the same week my bike got stolen. I don't know where it went to. I haven't seen it since, but I've heard some things that apparently this one guy stole my bike. I talked to him about it. He said he didn't steal it, but you know, it's just rumors. I haven't found it since, but I hope to find it sometime soon. Well, that's all the time I got for today. Hey, if you like listening to my voice, you can listen to my thoughts by following me on Twitter @DazedSpirit, or you can like my Facebook page, facebook.com/MachinimaNightmare. But until next time, peace out and keep it classy.